In the cradle of ancient myth and early civilization, one love story didn't just ignite passion, it set the world on fire. I'm talking about Paris and Helen, two names that echo through time, not for peace, but for war. Let's rewind the clock to Bronze Age Greece. Helen of Sparta, more than a queen, she was considered the most beautiful woman alive. Some say she was the daughter of Zeus, and honestly, in the ancient world, that kind of origin story wasn't just flattery, it was credibility. Now enter Paris, Prince of Troy, handsome, clever, a touch impulsive, but he's not just a pretty face, he's also famous for making one very big decision. See, the gods had beef. Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite were fighting over a golden apple labeled "to the fairest." And Paris? He was chosen to judge. No pressure, right? Hera offered him power, Athena wisdom, but Aphrodite? She promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. And Paris? Well, he went with love. Trouble is, Helen was already married to Menelaus, king of Sparta. So when Paris sailed to Sparta and met Helen, what happened next depends who you ask. Some say she fell for him, others say she was taken by force. Either way, she left with Paris, and that was the spark. Menelaus was furious, but he wasn't alone. Years earlier, all the Greek kings had sworn an oath. If anyone messed with Helen's marriage, they'd all fight to get her back. So Menelaus called in that favor, and suddenly all of Greece was preparing for war. Agamemnon took command, Achilles joined, Odysseus too. 1,000 ships set sail for Troy, not just for Helen, but for honor, ego, revenge, and maybe a little divine meddling. The siege of Troy lasted 10 years, 10 brutal years of bloodshed, heroism, and tragedy, and at the center of it all, one couple, a love that may or may not have been worth it, because in the end Troy fell, not by brute force, but by cleverness. The Trojan horse, an iconic trick pulled straight from Odysseus's playbook. The Greeks got inside the city walls, Troy burned. Now, was it all really for love, or was Helen just the excuse? Historians still debate that. Maybe the war was inevitable. Maybe it was about power, pride, and the gods playing games with mortals. But here's what I know. The story of Paris and Helen still captivates us because it's not just about war. It's about choices, desires, the cost of chasing what we want, and whether you see Helen as a romantic icon or a tragic pawn, her story changed the world. So the next time someone tells you love is just a feeling, tell them about the war it started. Thanks for watching. If you're hungry for more myth, legend, and history, you know where to find me. Subscribe, and let's keep digging into the past.